Okay. We got it.
No reason to pause.
She's a fucking dog. Ah, that's so funny. She's a fucking dog. Alright, we're level 13. Do this. Extra low on hand, endurance, great fortitude, hammer the gap, proof and will. What do we want? I'm gonna get improved initiative. Dealer? No, you don't really use your selective channels, so there's no point. Let's get you armor. No, we don't need armor focus on you. Bull rush. Not really fair. I don't really give a shit about that. I don't really care about that either. Oh yeah, we'll go with that. That looks like a good idea. And she got some spells. Let's immediately. So she can use that level of spells, but apparently she doesn't have any other slots to do so. Ah, the poor baleful polymorph. Prove critical with. Oh, there we go. Improve critical rapier. The fact that she's a dog honestly makes me laugh. That's made my day. Yeah, I don't really need to give you anything when it comes to armor-wise. You're pretty good without it. Hammer the attack, yeah. Hammer the gap, sorry. Darian! Let's give you some stuff. And you just gained a bunch of fucking less spells. Of course you did. Okay, that's a bit of a pain. Because he's already running out of fucking places to put spells. Let's do extra channel oracle. Okay, spells, divine power. I need you to give me some more communal stuff. Protection from energy communal. I thought you had that. No, you don't. You have resist energy. Okay, let's get protection next. Bruising. And ooh, what do you want up here? Yeah, unfortunately, remove actually, let's get True Seeing and Communal, and we won't get it as that level. We'll get Summon Monster 5.
Missed me already.
He's really running out of space on his bar.
You called?
Barochet. Okay. Give you hammer the gap as well. Actually, no, improved snapshot. Yeah, let's get improved snapshot actually. Favorite terrain. Go for Abyss. I feel like that's going to be useful.
I'm prepared.
You get one more spell here, so let's get. I should get another. Let's get Magi. Get Cure Light Wounds. No. One Cure Light Wounds is always useful. Let's get Aspect of the.
Please, allow me.
I put her aspects up there so I know where they are. There, and then Cure Wounds down there. Perfect. I've just realized what I've done. Okay, there we go.
I will guide us.
Alright, let's get this loot going. I learned something from that book that I don't intend to read because reading is effort. Zanifir Vang's notes. I already get. Oh, Diary of a Student. Actually, let's read his notes. Oh wow. Oh, it's talking about how to become that. Yeah, we don't care about that. That I'm gonna save for a different playthrough.
Well, this didn't go well.
So this is his secret lair that I don't know. So that the door. Oh, wait. Oh. Scout is not failing for profit cause. Possible the. Get the Midnight Feign in Dresden. Learn the identity harassment. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff we can do. There's an area exit here too. Yeah, that literally just takes us straight out. So we've got some Hell Knights we can recruit. Decrees. Xanathar's experiments. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Okay. It is time that we return to Dresden again. I encountered someone on the road as I teleported. Okay. Before you, exhausted and seated on the ground, is none other than Fawn. He looks up at you in surprise. Commander, I wasn't expecting to see you here. Tis my luck hasn't run out just yet. May I ask you for help? You notice a sizable amount of blood pooled by his legs, a belt tied around one below the knee, but you haven't appeared. Doesn't appear to stop the bleeding. Over the area. Even Fawn's enemy is still lurking. There's no sign of immediate danger. It's quiet. You hear no clanking of weapons. That's Fawn's wound. Oh wow. By look of things, the blow hit a major artery. A lot of blood is pooled on the ground. If Fawn doesn't get help, approach Fawn and help him. Halt, soldier! An elf seems to leap out of thin air, her commanding shout hitting your ears. It's a trap. Fawn is an assassin of the Winter Council. Grabbing his weapon, Fawn shouts out forcefully, "Watch out, she's stronger and deadlier than she looks. Slay her before she kills us both." Why would Fawn want to kill me? He's a cold-blooded assassin set by the Winter Council that compelled scumbags dispatches him whenever it needs an inconvenient truth covered up. And as for anyone unlucky enough to learn such truths, that might silly our people's good name, well, he wishes it all away with their blood. Fawn mutters, his face scrambled up in contempt. Another lie. Were you ever tired of your defeat, accursed wretch? A trap? What are you talking about? His wound is just for show. He's unarmed and he's full of strength. His goal is to lure you in so his cronies can attack you. I bet they're hiding nearby, waiting for the right moment. Calicia surveys the seemingly barren landscape suspiciously. Fawn chuckles coldly. An ambush? Who is lying to us? Her or our own eyes? Why did you decide to intervene? You spared me. Let's say I am repaying my debt. Gives you a stony look. Or do you think since I'm a drow, I don't know the meaning of honor? I believe Calicia, Fawn. Your deception is here. Fawn rises to his feet. His movements make it obvious that Dinger's leg was nothing more than a ruse. That is a shame. If you just believed me, this would have been over more quickly and less painfully. It's unlikely that my associate will grant you an easy death now. Not hiding his contempt, Fawn nods in the direction of the dark elves that have appeared out of the shadows. What, have you gone mad? I was tasked with keeping the secrets Calicia discovered from getting out. Knowing your reputation, I was certain that you would otherwise have unearthed them in short order. Therefore, I had no choice but to do this. No one is to blame for this. It's just the way things turned out. Who do you serve, really? Fawn's voice is full of pride. I serve my people and no one else. Being an elf is not just a privilege, it's an obligation that I bear with honor, no matter how heavily it may weigh at me at times. Calicia's words are cold and biting. Liar, you serve a pack of unscrupulous scumbags, a clique of self-righteous schemers. In order to protect their lives, you murder the innocent, and then you hide behind your words like duty. How could you ally yourself with Drow? You a demon worshipper? His voice trembles tragically. I do not seek this perverted alliance. Yet it was inevitable. These extreme circumstances forced me to end your life. Anamora also sought your death, so joining forces was naturally beneficial. If things were different, I would have been the first to rise up against her, but it just so happens that you have suddenly become a greater threat to my nation than she is. Lisa scowls, scowling, her tone acrobatic. The Winter Council believes that its honor is the perfect shield against any accusations of ignominious acts. Why did you hassle my help for the hunt for Calicia? I would have preferred not to involve you in this matter and put her to death myself. Then, I wouldn't have to kill you as well, Fawn sighs quietly. But after my first clash with Calicia, I realized I didn't have the strength. Thus, I decided to use you instead, and I provided some motivation. I set up those skirmishes with the Drow so that my words would seem more plausible. I regret I hadn't had to stoop to such bold baseness, but even more, I regret that I was unsuccessful. You'll pay for your deception, Elf. Fawn addresses you in a calm, somewhat sorrowful manner. I am sorry for having to do this. Believe me, I take no pleasure in carrying out this order, but circumstances are stronger than our desires.
Defeat is not an option.
Wow, I didn't even get a chance to hit him.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Wait, why are they attacking each other? Ow. Local idiot incoming, you? Welcome. Alright, Jamie? Oh yeah, Camille's still a dog.
We shall.
We're gonna have to get that fixed. Lan, attack as much as you can.
Survive me.
Scorching Ray is a real fucker of a spell.
Make your peace.
This'll leave a bruise. Into the fray.
That's a problem. Lan. Kill that one first.
Endure this.
I will resist.
I'll make short work of this. Make every strike count.
Yeah, let's let the archers deal with this fight. Even in the face of death, Fawn maintains a calm, melancholic expression. I knew I would die like this, on the edge of the world, defending the threads of nobility that would weave my race into a singular glorious nation. Well, at least I did not die in vain. Rest in peace. Fawn closes his eyes, and a quiet, peaceful breath escapes his lips. His chest stops heaving, and the fingers he had wrapped around his weapon go limp. A bit deep bitterness in Clissy's voice. He even managed to die gracefully, despite being a complete scoundrel. Can I finally get an explanation to what's just happened? Fawn wasn't a Dark Hunter, he was just a hunter. He served the Winter Council, a powerful elven organization. It wants me dead because I learned of a very dark secret. That's why they sent Fawn to kill me, and everyone I could potentially have told about it, meaning you, soldier. Tell me about yourself, the whole truth. With weary sigh, she says in a hollow voice, I was born in Kyonin, in the blessed forest of the elves. I was different back then, pure and noble, but no matter how beautiful and fair Kyonin was, it had its share of injustice, cruelty, and crimes committed with impunity. I could never stand crimes of going unpunished. I joined the Sunset Wasps, a sect of vigilantes dedicated to Calistria. By night, we would bring justice to those who the law had failed to punish. Liars, traitors, molesters, murderers. But the further we went, the more our doubts grew. We asked ourselves, how reliable was the information we were getting? Could there have been any mistakes? Alas, it was too late. The whole time we were puppets in the hands of the priestess of Deskari by the name of Enamora. That monster had been toying with us, using us to kill innocents. The wasp was revealed to be Locust. We were unmasked as a criminal outcast. We wanted and had nowhere to run. The only option was to bend the knee to Enamora, who promised us protection. I was the only one who refused, but I was captured and taken by force. Then, under Enamora's watchful eye, our apprenticeship began. We did dark, horrible things, bathing in violence and spite. Myself included, I did them too. At first I was controlled by magic, then they broke me, and the dark fate, the curse of our people, took us one by one, until it finally embraced me as well. When I saw the monster I had become, I mustered what remained of my will and fled. I wanted to tell everyone the truth, tell them how we were caught in the demon's trap, let the world know about the dark fate. But Enamora's hunters, my former comrades, they came for me, and they weren't the only ones as it turned out. Tell me more about her. She's a true drow, one who was never a normal elf. And even among drow, she's a dangerous monster, the deadliest of Deskari's servants. Fear her. Her flesh nurses swarms of terrifying creatures, and her mind. I've learned of the danger of her guile firsthand. We're the first Winter Council. What sort of organization is it? The Winter Council is a legend, but few doubt its existence. It's said to be a clique of interventional elves of Kyonin. Kyonin. A mysterious group that watches over the interest of elvenkind, protecting them by any means necessary. Murder, espionage, blackmail, no tool is too excessive for them, if the reputation and honor for the elven people are at stake. When I decided to tell the world the truth about the dark fate, the bane of our kind, I signed my own death warrant in the eyes of the Winter Council. They don't want elves to be tarnished by their association with the ignoble drow. They are too scared of being held responsible for the crimes of their dark cousins. It's better to hide this dangerous truth and destroy it, and destroy everyone who knows it. What's the dark fate? It's been assumed since time immemorial that the drow are either a degenerate branch of our kind or an abhorrent perversion, a mockery fostered by the dark gods. The truth is the chasm between the elves and the drow is much smaller than one might think. Any elf could become a drow, absolutely anyone. Whenever an elf commits unthinkable evils lend darkness to the heart, they may one day transform. The dark fate is the state of the soul of an unrepentant malefactor who detests the light, an elf that is no different from a drow, both in appearance and in spirit, thus they become a drow. Alessia smiles mirthlessly. Her face shows the immense fatigue of the months of wandering, fighting for survival. There's cruel irony. The elves were trying so desperately to convince everyone that they have nothing to do with drow, the most vile, horrid race in the world, and it turns out that the distance between a normal elf and a drow is but a single step. I see. So what now? Now I ask one last favor of you. I still have friends left in Kyonin, real friends, ones I can trust. Send a letter to Anevia, Anevanara, the leader of the Border Defenders. Recount my tragic tale so it doesn't die as the Winter Council wants it to, since I won't have the chance to speak his truth myself. Because you will have to end my life now, soldier. She looks at you calmly, wearily. There is neither threat nor fear in her words, only a plea for an acceptance of the inevitable. Maybe my mythic powers can return you to the path of the light. Your curse can't be irreversible. Deep-seated fear appears on Kalis's face. No more. I've already been changed once, and I won't let anyone do that to me again. Even if you want to save me, know that I would sooner slit my own throat than allow my soul to be reshaped once more. Sorry. Goodbye, soldier. Well, they had to die. It's an unfortunate fate, but such is the fate that they missed some loot. Not let me miss loot.
We march ahead.
Was Fawn's rapier any good special? No. None of it was special. Can you wield a falchion? You can't. You currently can't wield anything because you're a dog, but you know, that's not the point. We'll enter Dresden, and we're going to make this the end of the session tonight. Why what though, dude? The resonant voice of a majestic angel rings out through the hushed streets of Dresden. You hear the words from afar. They concealed it right under our noses without Xanathir's notes. That incarnation of corruption, even I would not have been able to locate the barrier. Surely the herald of the heretic can rid us of this scourge. Irabeth stumbles over her words slightly. It is impossible, righteous one. I cannot do it alone. But wait, I hear the steps of one who brings hope. Greetings, Commander. We meet again. I'm infinitely glad to see you and infinitely grateful for you to saving my heavenly sister in arms. Dagona has returned to us. What joyous, joyous news. But alas, I also bring less glad tidings. Violent Ilibeth and I have been discussing a new calamity has befallen us, specifically this. The angel just was a symbol on the paving stones. The ivory sanctum held a dark secret. Directly beneath Dresden, in the bowel of the earth, there lies one more bastion of the demons, the Midnight Fane. It is a repository of a mighty rift through which the spawn of the abyss traveled to Golarion. The entrance in this place is right in front of us, blocked by a barrier that is inaccessible only to demons. Where Monago fled to, and why are the demons in the city have been coming from? They can pass through the barrier freely, but we can't. And it doesn't stop us, it injures us too. It's much worse than that. The barrier is imbued with enormous power. An attempt to break through will trigger a magical explosion that could protect you and the city from it, but even my powers would be insufficient to hold back the chaos and open the way. This is what disturbs me most. We cannot allow the demons to rebuild their armies and plot their next attack right below the sacred heart of the Crusades. Then Vang told me about this demonic barrier. I encountered similar barriers in Aureli Varesh's laboratory. I have a key that can break through the barrier. All you have to do is protect us from the blast. I'm impressed by your many gifts, champion. Together we shall open the passage and protect the city. Then we shall burn the midnight fane with the cleansing fire of righteousness. But first, we must gather our strength. I shall send word to Queen Galfrey for help may be necessary when we reach the dark bastion of the abyss. The Queen will heed my call and arrive quickly, within a month. We must use this time to prepare to attack the fane. My few questions before I leave. Oh no, don't have any. I have to go farewell. May the guide and light be with you. Hold up, Commander. The thing is, remember that Crusader went missing a while back and then he was found outside the city walls, disemboweled? Enevia pauses and gives you a searching look. I remember. So has the murderer been found? No, not yet. Enevia seems to scrutinize your face and again then nods to herself. But I never gave up with the investigation, even when everybody else stopped digging. I know we're at the war and people are dying left and right, but there's no reason to turn a blind eye to crime. That's it, Commander. Another Crusader has just gone missing. He left the barracks to come here. He would have gone past the gates. My gut tells me the killer won't keep him alive for long. So, Commander, you need to start searching this area right now and try to find out where he's been taken. Not quite unexpected. Death often shows up when it's expected, like I picked the timing. Tell me about the missing Crusader. He's the youngest son of a poor nobleman from Mendev. He's got something like Rilak. He's young, barely out of nursery, and he decided he was a man now. So off to where he went, you know how it goes. You know who the murderer is? Don't have a clue. Maybe his answer comes too quickly, her gaze dropping before she can force herself to meet your eyes. What are you not telling me? I'm telling you the truth, and nothing but the truth. I have my own theory, sure, but nothing concrete. It's best to keep my mouth shut on that front. Alright, I'll search for the Crusader. Go then. He passed the gate and took a right. Ask around. Check the buildings. I'll be waiting for you. Go away. He's finished up. Oh, fine. Okay. I went through the gate and then took a right.
Leads on.
Okay, looks like I can't end the stream just when I wanted to.
I will guide us. Godspeed.
Haven't I been here before? I'm not saying you should just fuck you know. I'm asking myself, dude.
Let us press on.
The abandoned house is there. Let's go check the abandoned house. A man's clothes on the floor that were taken off in a hurry.
We march ahead.
Hearing steps behind her, Camellia whips around and freezes. She glances at the bloody dagger in her hand and then the dead body at her feet. Samael, how lovely to see you here. She says evenly. Her lips quiver with a fraction of a second before settling into an impeccable smile. What's going on here? Sarkoris is an ancient land. The spirits of these places have spoken to people since the time immemorial. And some of those people have heard them and are able to respond. The shamans of Sarkoris were always held in high esteem. They knew the will of the spirits, the will of the land itself. Many Kelids would come to the shamans to learn what the spirits desired in order to gain their support. Familiar pauses, lost in memories that cannot be her own. When the Worldwound opened and the demons poured into Galarian, they drowned Sarkoris in blood. The earth moaned as it soaked up the blood. Kelids, Crusaders, and demons. The spirit drank this blood, slowly becoming deranged and turning into incarnations of madness and pain. Look at what Sarkoris has turned into. It's an open world in the body of Galarian. The Worldwound has changed. It's beyond all recognition. The spirits, these poor creatures, have been corrupted. Twisted by war, they moan and they howl. But only shamans can hear and sense their senses cries of agony. I am a shaman, Mireia. The spirit I am bonded with is mad and can speak of nothing but her endless hunger for blood. I give her what she asks for, Camellia seems to suddenly falter. Her breathing grows heavily and her pupils dilate. I feed her the blood of Crusaders, Samael. The spirits of Sarkoris can no longer speak to all shamans. All I can hear is a cacophony of their howls, screams, and laments. But there is a way to restore their sanity, by performing rituals, bloody but effective rituals. When the untainted blood of the Crusaders cleanses the corruption that Maria fed on for centuries, the spirit will gain her sanity, and I shall be able to speak to her. I shall be able to ask her for advice, to find out how we can heal the Worldwound. Tell me, isn't this knowledge worth a handful of lives? This isn't your first or even your second victim, is it? How many have you killed? She lifts her chin, but hesitates before answering. Too few, she says finally. Maria's hunger is still so great, her pain cannot be soothed by a single victim. Amelia raises her eyes, and her voice gains a hard edge. Her success is within my grasp. I can feel it. It's possible that today's victim will be the last. Who is she, this Maria of yours? Forgive me, I forgot to make the introductions. The girl removes an amulet in the shape of the bone snake from around her neck. This is Maria. Whether this is her home, or her prison, to call it a spade. Call a spade a spade. I caught this spirit a long time ago, and I tried for so long to speak with it, my little demented ball of rage. I felt compelled to bind it to this amulet, just temporarily, until I worked out how to help it, Camille sighs sadly. If I'm to be fully honest, her name, Maria, is of my own devising. She is not yet able to speak to me, but I still needed a name to call her by. The girl gently puts the amulet back around her neck. Why do you think your method will work? Well, it tilts her head to one side, as though listening for something. I do not think, I know. I sense things many people cannot. I can infer what the spirits want. For example, there is one spirit hanging over your left shoulder as we speak. He came to enjoy Maria's victim. Can you sense its hunger? Camilla laughs airily. Spirits are akin to animals. You cannot bring a hungry dog to heal. You cannot... hungry dog. It's funny. You cannot stroke a hungry cat. You can speak to a spirit. You must first feed it. It is not their fault that after so many years of torment, the only thing that can satisfy their hunger is blood. Her expression grows serious. My ritual will work. I did not read about it in books or learn it from some wizened teacher. You can say that I invented it myself with Maria's help. I just know that it will work sooner or later. I can feel it. What exactly are you hoping to learn from this Maria of yours? The Worldwound cannot be allowed to poison all the lands of Galarian, Samael. The spirits of Sarkoris know this better than even I or you. They know how to heal it. And if not, then perhaps they will know how to eradicate it quickly and painlessly. We're fighting against demons. It's a just cause, but imagine we win and the demons vanish for good. Do you think the Worldwound will vanish along with them? There is something we can defeat, and that is something we can defeat with weapons. That it won't burst open again. God bless you, still a dog. I have not changed it yet. That it won't burst open again at some point in the future like an old festering abscess. She shakes her head. I am thinking of the future of these lands, of how to heal them and restore them. Would you not agree that a few Crusaders' lives is a price worth paying? Alright, wait, who was this young man, your victim? He looks at the body in surprise, if seeing it for the first time. He's the youngest son of a noble from Mendev. I believe his name is Relic. I think the dolt was in love with me. He was ever so eager to come with me to this house. One hint was all it took. He's of no interest to me. Maria wanted his blood, so I sacrificed him. The rest is immaterial. Alright, so what are you proposing? Licks her lips and takes a small, almost meek step forward. My ritual is not yet complete. I have made the sacrifice. Now that I just have to let Maria drink the blood. Will you allow me to complete the ritual? That you will stop killing and I will spare you this time. You know what? I'm going to do something chaotic. Complete your ritual. Thank you. This will not take long. She wets her lips, lowers herself to her knees. Before the body, you see her legs quaking, but her deportment remains as impeccable as ever. Accept this sacrifice, Maria. Drink its blood, drink of its strength, drink of its life. Camilla lowers the amulet into the open chest cavity of the Crusader, then raises the amulet above her head. Blood drips from the snake's head onto the girl's expectant tongue. We are one, you and I. Our thoughts, our bodies, our souls. What I take, you take, and I also take it. I take it also. Camilla deftly spears a small piece of the Crusader's flesh on the tip of her dagger and deposits it in her mouth. Her eyes just shut in ecstasy and shudder travels the length of her body. I think I'm getting too much pleasure out of this ritual. The girl's eyes fall shut. Is it wrong to love what one does? Don't you like killing demons in this name of the goddess, justice, or whatever it is you're fighting for? Do not experience pleasure when you weapon plunge into the enemy's flesh? When you look in his eyes and you see the awareness fade away? Have you ever watched a heart stop in an open chest and know that you were the cause? Have you ever held someone on the very brink of death, when your victim's strength was fading with every second before it fades utterly, and the only evidence is that of your duel would be the bruise on your wrist left by his failing grip? Camilla studies her blood-stained hands. A shaky sigh emerges from her chest. After a moment, her eyes snap meet yours. I enjoy what I do. However, my preferences are nothing compared to Maria's appetites. We are lucky that our desires align at all. Did the ritual work? Her attention seems to turn inward as she lays a hand on the amulet resting on her chest. She stumbles slightly as though tips a yes and no. I think I made a few clear words from Maya before she madly swallowed her again. Mila nods to herself. I'm on the right path. More rituals are needed. Not many. Not more than 10 or 20, I should think. Will you allow me to continue my work? No more killing. I will spare you this time, but you will need to find another way of speaking to your spirit. Irritation flits across Camille's face, but is quickly replaced by humility. What a pain, but if these are your terms, then I agree. There's one more thing. She draws in a breath and licks her lip. Commander. Samael, my ritual is quite a taxing process. The strain is difficult to bear. Sex is the best possible way to relieve the tension once it is all over. The girl's body is trembling violently. She gazes into your eyes, looking almost maniac. Help me, Samael. I need you. Here. Now. I never refuse a lady in need. Camilla rushes you and brings her lips to yours. Her breath gasps. Her breathy gasp. Greedy, impatient, demanding. She sets your skin ablaze. Her fingers latch onto your belt buckle. Take me quickly. And this is fucking weird. Really wish I could have removed the curse first. Let's just imagine she's not a dog, because this is fucking getting really weird, and I'm getting concerned. Familiar's breathing slowly evens out, and the familiar half smile appears. Thank you. I never thought the commander would turn out to be so open-minded. You have exceeded my wildest expectations. Camilla burst out laughing. You know, when I saw you standing there, I thought my life would end tonight. But you spared me. Thank you. She thinks for a moment. I'd like to speak with you a little later. Please come and see me. And no need to be shy, for I have no more secrets to keep from you. Now, we should leave this place. You go first. I'll follow in a few minutes. Gonna... Hard reset. Nope. Nope. Just gonna imagine that didn't happen, and still undetectable. Then again, she can't remove any of her equipment right now, so no, he didn't fuck a dog. That's not no, the game doesn't realize she's cursed. Stop being dirty-minded. Dirty-minded fucks. Not gonna lie, that curse came at a hilarious time. Like, that's not even funny how well-timed that was. Kenabres stretches lazily and yawns, and her eyes fixed on you. Well, Commander, if you solve the problem. The problem has been solved. That's all I need to know. Thanks, Commander. Bestiality solved the problem. Fuck's sake. Okay, before we end this stream, I'm gonna go to the cleric and get this fucking fixed. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. That is honestly way too funny.
We'll see this through.
It's gonna be a bitch when it's uploaded to YouTube. Nah, it'd be fine. It'd be fine. You would have noped right out there. Move curse. Let's just buy 5 of those. Cool. Now. Okay, inventory. Camellia. I'll take. Okay, technically she can still use scrolls. Great. Where is it? There should be 5. It should be easy to find. Wait, did it not work? Ah, no, she can't actually use it on herself, which is...
I stand ready.
Okay, so I somehow need to... Okay, this is going to be interesting. Inventory. Am I able to actually use the scroll myself? No, I'm not. Okay, so we need to leave quickly. That was Curse Man, truly. Truly. No, I don't. As far as I'm concerned, that didn't actually happen. And it didn't. I just realized that he accidentally used it on himself again. Come on, guys. We all know that we all know that that happened purely because the way the game's scripted. Stop ruining the game. And I'm being that seriously. You can fuck off with that. It's
We
annoying.
march ahead.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
Oh,
Struggles never cease.
he failed to remove the spell. You've got to be fucking shitting me. You know what? You are my best spellcaster, so you're gonna have to fucking do it. No, I'm not. I'm not taking the piss. Like, seriously, give up. Wow, we suck at removing spells, apparently. I admit, it was funny, but it's like, as far as I'm concerned, it's, you know, just ignore it. But seriously, because I want to enjoy my game, so if you don't mind, you know, just leaving it, I think that'd be great. It's funny in the moment, but it's a bit annoying when you keep doing it, you know? I couldn't do anything to change it. The game just does what it does. It was a nice moment between two characters, made slightly funny by the accidental curse upon her. But the moment was still a good moment, like, story-wise. Where are the remove curse scrolls? Thank you. Okay, we may as well sell all this shit while we're here. I mean, good characters need love too. All right, leave me alone. Okay, so I got my mistake. Okay, so we need to use Nenio, it looks like, to get rid of the magic. So we're going to take Nenio out quickly. I mean, he likes Camellia. Leave the poor guy alone. Opposites attract, my dude. That's how that works.
Let us press on.
Don't you brummy. Oh yeah, there is a demon army approaching. Where is it? Down the south, so... Okay. End of the world. Priests of various faiths are asking for the God to banish the followers of a small sect that believes that the minimize the Galarian. These doomsayers scorn the gods and their world, whereas demand that everyone bow before the inevitable end. Take the leadership. Subverting discipline is prohibited. The officers silence the sectarians with cruel punishments, and later were forced to admit that in the army the commander decides where and when the world's going to end. Okay, we've now got 25 of these scrolls. Let's see if we can get it done.
I'm always open to ideas.
There we go. Fucking hell. And like at that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end this part here. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys enjoyed the stream, do follow me on YouTube, follow me on Twitch, join the Discord, all that stuff down below. 10 streams of this bad boy so far. We're doing, getting there. We're getting there. We're having a lot of fun. But yeah, so I will be streaming another day, probably soon. Yeah, just check the Discord, check the Twitters, check all that stuff, and I'll see you guys whenever it happens. See you guys then.